It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. Hi there, ukulele friends. Welcome on in. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. And if you're brand new here, consider subscribing. Everybody hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment below. We're going to go over a song with super simple chords, and this makes it great for beginners with an upbeat ukulele message. We'll go over strumming patterns too, because you have some options from easier to harder. But let's dive into those chords first. You need a C chord, and if your C chord does not sound lovely like this, then it's most likely a tuning issue, and I can help you with that. I'll put a link down below in the description box with my double tuning system that can get rid of any mistakes that you're having in tuning your instrument. You also have a G, and there are 3 different ways to finger a G. I use these 2 fingers here on the C and A string, and then reach my that's my ring finger, in the middle of them on the E string 3rd fret. If this does not sound beautiful, then this finger could be falling down over that A string, and then you also might not be getting really super secure contact with each of those strings. So play around with it if it doesn't sound beautiful like that and see what the problem is. One thing that I tell people is you gotta have space in between here, lots of space. For the F chord, your index finger goes on the tippy tip of the 1st fret of the E string, and then you have to reach over with your middle finger to the G string 2nd fret. And of course, this is the finger that's most likely to be the problem, falling down, making things sound funky. But you could also have this falling down too, making it funky. And so just be very conscious that you're being very tippy-top, kind of like ballet point shoes, keeping it really nice and high, and again, with lots of space. If you're brand new to the ukulele, I recommend that you put 2 down strums on each chord, and in my chord chart I have indicated each time you play a pattern of the chord, so it would be 2 down strums on each chord pattern. And if you're into music, rhythmically, that is 2 half notes, so it would sound like this. Just take some time, little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. And you could strum it with your thumb if you'd like, or use your index finger. And my message for using the index finger is because the index finger gives you more flexibility in what you can do with your strumming hand. And trust me, I perform easy chord songs in performance because it's not the chords necessarily that's the flashy fun stuff. It's what you do with this hand that really makes the difference and sets you apart from being just a novice and beginner. Let's just have a practice session with 2 down strums on each of the chords. See them down below here with no pesky lyrics. I'll kind of hum along with it so you can get a sense of the melody. So here we go. The first. 1, 2, and here we go. It's C, C again and G, G again and F, F again and C, 2, da 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 da, C again and G, ba ba ba, F, F, and C. 1 C to end. Here's the chorus. It has a little pickup. You sing before you get into it. But C, C again and G, G again and F, F twice and C, C again. I hope that helped you. I really believe in practicing things in isolation. I have Make Your Practice Count. It's a workshop that I did, and I'll link that down below. It talks about that isolating effect. Well, if you do want to try a strumming pattern, what I recommend is the bouncy strum, and that's the name that the Morristown Uke Jam calls it. It just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle bouncy strum, it is really, really important that you keep the down, up very light. You can put more emphasis on the original down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Notice that it's mostly a wrist action. There's just a little bit happening, but mostly a wrist action. And keeping it really light and with economy of motion will really help you to avoid common pitfalls in strumming, like getting your fingers tangled up and like, where am I? And then just not sounding really good too. So keep it very light. Don't be afraid to be super soft. You can always add more volume in as you get more experience. Let's play the verse together with that bouncy strum. You have to excuse, the dogs are a little antsy here and they're tapping in and out of the studio. So 1, 2, here we go. It's C, C, da 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 da, G again, da da da, F, F again, and C, C, and C, C again, G, G again, and F, F and C. You're taking just a little break. And let's do the chorus. 1, 2, here we go. Ba da C, C, G da da, G da and F, F and C, C. And you know, speaking about isolation, because that chorus is so catchy, you know, just do the chorus. Just work on getting the chorus in line. We're going to do a play along after a short little history nerd section, and just, you know, just do the chords for the play along on the verses and then join in on the chorus. It's a process of adding those lyrics, strumming pattern, chords all together. It's a multitasking event, and science tells us that we're pretty bad at multitasking, and yet it's something that musicians have to do all the time. So isolation is your friend. Jimmy Eats World is a band that formed out of Mesa, Arizona in 1993. And the two co-founders, Jim Atkins and Zach Lind, had been friends since preschool. And the band had been together for 9 years before this song came out. And in 2022, Jimmy Eats World was touring again. So they're in their late 40s now, so they've been together a very long time. I know from the friends that I've made music with for over 40 years that that's a really special friendship. So congratulations, Jimmy Eats World. I'm proud of you for being good friends. I want to point out that in my chord chart, both here with the play along and as well as what you can get on Patreon, every time you play a pattern on the chords, it's there in the chord chart, making it very easy, beginner friendly. Come join me on Patreon. I've got over 180 chord charts available for you, and I do 2 live Zoom sessions, and it's only $3 a month. So come join us. You can cancel anytime. Support this free work on YouTube. I'd love to get to know your face. Our starting pitch is our open C string. Hey, and we have an introduction. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to do simple down strums for the verses, but then we're going to do the bouncy strum for the chorus. 1, 2, ready, begin. Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best, do everything you can, and don't worry what they tell themselves when you're away. It just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. yourself. It doesn't matter if you're good enough for someone else. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best, do everything you can, and don't worry what the bitter hearts are gonna say. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. It takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright. I hope that worked really well for you. I just, as I'm playing this song, I'm thinking like, what a wonderful message to somebody just starting out on the ukulele. You can do it. It will be just fine. Don't write yourself off. Stick with it. You will persevere. And folks, I can tell you the ukulele community is one of the most supportive, loving communities that you ever want to be part of. So come join me on Patreon. Come join me on my Friday nights. I've got a link down for that below as well. And on my Friday nights, we've had so many people do their very first open mic jam performance. So I'd love to have you there.